Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. You know what it's time for? That's right. It is time for the Wheelhorse engine rebuild. This is going to be part 1 because I know that there is going to be multiple parts to this. I am so excited. I can't wait to have this engine fully rebuilt and brand new on the inside. No more burning oil, no more oil leaks. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. This is the last time this engine will run with it not being rebuilt. Alright, so right now we're trying to get all the fuel drained from the fuel tank because no matter how tight I have this thing closed, it's still kind of leaking fuel. Alright, so I got most of the fuel components off of there. The only thing fuel related is the carburetor, but we're going to do that when the engine is off the Wheelhorse. Now I'm going to disconnect everything like the belt and the wires. I'm going to do all that off camera because it's kind of tight to film in here and I got to get the other side too. I just prefer to do it off camera. You guys will get to see plenty when I start taking the engine apart. Alright, so we have the Wheelhorse off, the engine off of the Wheelhorse. Yeah, kind of bare. The engine is back here. The reason I have it right here is because I need to drain the engine oil from it before we try to disassemble it. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be kind of a mess if we try that. I know you're probably not supposed to use an impact on head bolts, but I'm just loosening them. And this is the easiest way for me to do it right now. It's definitely an oil burner. See if I can get that head gasket off without breaking it. It held up kinda. Those things are tight on there. Oh wow! That's all I can do to prevent the screwdriver from actually stripping it. Uh-oh. Oh no. This one's gonna give me trouble. So as you can see, I managed to get this off successfully. I just used my pliers to grab onto it and turn it. That was not tight at all. I thought it was gonna be tighter than that. Alright, here we go. Wow, that worked very well. Well, there is the flywheel and there is the stator. So that's what the stator looks like. Alright, there is the key. I cannot lose this, I have to have it. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and get a new stator because just for preventative maintenance. If this thing ever goes out, I'm going to have to take this flywheel off again, which I honestly would rather not do. And I'm going to need something to help me get this off of here. Alright guys, I don't know if you knew you could do this with these kind of screwdrivers, but take yourself a 3/4 and you can put it on this kind of screwdriver. Now it's different size for every kind, but you can put a box wrench on these to help you out. Definitely have to use some kind of hammer to get that off. Uh-oh. Bearing is supposed to still be inside the bearing plate. I'm going to take this wire that's still on here off because we got to turn the engine upside down to do this next part. It's a long bolt. Alright. So there is a weird piece of metal preventing me from getting a socket on these bolts holding the piston rod in. Alright, so I managed to get one side open enough to where I can get this ratchet in here. Yeah, all I did was take some locking pliers, and then you can pry that piece of metal down. Alright, finally. We got that one. Alright. So I thought this was the actual cap. This is just some little washer thing, I think. I guess. It's a little washer. This is the actual cap. And that came right off. Here it is, guys. A piston and piston rod. So the next thing to do is, there is a little pin that runs across the camshaft. You take some, preferably a hole punch, but I don't have one, so I'm going to use this Allen key, the biggest one I have. It's going to come out the other side right here where this gasket is. Alright, with enough hammering, I finally got my pin out, but that was stuck on there really, really good. I can't believe how difficult that was to remove. This is the camshaft. I'm going to make sure I record this so that I can remember how to put it back on myself. Alright, so there was nothing to that. That was easy. And be careful, this is a plastic gear, so you don't want to break it. Plastic gear. Even back in 1960s, y'all, they used plastic. But I guess they did something right because it's still working. Don't lose your pieces. This is a little washer that goes over it. Alright, so now the next thing to do is to remove these valves. Yep, here's one keeper. This is what they look like. And then there's the other half. I'm running out of camera storage here. Alright, so now there is an oil seal that we need to remove, which is right here on the PTO side of the engine. I need two hands to do this. So there we go. All you have to do is take your oil puller, and then this big piece right here will just come right on out. Alright, so the last things that we need to do are remove this bearing out of the block and the one out of the, well, supposed to be the bearing plate, but now it's stuck on the crankshaft. Alright. Alright guys, so the engine block has been honed. The last thing we need to do is fix that crankshaft. Now I couldn't get that done at the machine shop because they didn't grind crankshafts, but I know a place that will do, but they need the connecting rod first. So I'm going to go ahead and order the engine rebuild kit for this. As soon as it gets here, I'll start making the next video of assembling this engine and hearing it run for the first time with the rebuilt or new internals. I hope you guys are looking forward to that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. If you're stopping by for the first time and you wish to follow the channel, please subscribe and ring the bell, and I will see you in the next one.